Greetings and salutations. Grace unto you and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. This is Wesley Webb, pastor of the Grace Baptist Church in Greater Downtown Metropolitan McBee, South Carolina, and welcome to the Higher Grounds podcast and today's Morning Minute Meditation. Interested in a couple of places today. You remember in John chapter 5, Jesus heals the lame man on the Sabbath day at the pool of Bethesda. You remember the story, and that caused quite a stir. In John chapter 8, Jesus addresses those who brought the woman taken in the very act of adultery to him. You remember he wrote in the sand, and they scattered. I noticed that he says something similar to both of them, that is, to the lame man as well as the adulteress. I notice in John chapter 5, verse 14, the Bible tells us that Jesus said, "Thou art made whole, sin no more." Then in John chapter 8, verse number 11, you remember he says, "Where are thine accusers?" She said, "No man, Lord." And he said unto her, "Neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more." Both times he told them to sin no more. Now Jesus is obviously not instructing them that they must be perfect from here on out. And aren't we thankful for that? So if he's not instructing them when he said sin no more to be perfect for the rest of their lives, what is he saying? I think he's saying, if you'll allow me to put it in these terms, stop what you're doing. You ever have someone say something like that to you? Or have you ever said something like that to one of your children? Stop what you're doing. It's kind of like the old saying, if you keep doing what you've been doing, then you're going to keep getting what you've been getting. Or it's like the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. That's insanity. Well, may I say, when God saves us, we need to stop what we're doing. To a large degree, much of that works itself out in our life because of the new creature in 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17. What about when God heals us? Maybe we need to stop what we're doing. If we see ourselves, or rather if we see that we make ourselves sick because of something we do, and then God in His mercy turns around and heals us, wouldn't it be stupid to keep doing it? Wouldn't that be taking what God did for us for granted? We need to stop what we're doing. When God delivers us, we need to stop what we're doing. If we find ourselves in a bind because of something that we are doing, if we find ourselves in temptation because of something that we do, if we find ourselves in debt because of something we do, we need to stop what we're doing. So what's the lesson for us to learn here? Well, sometimes things happen, and I'm not going to edit that out, all right? Enjoy it. Sometimes things happen in our lives beyond our control. But sometimes things happen in our lives because of our control. For instance, the lame man that we mentioned earlier was lame for 38 years. And there's no indication in the text that he caused this in his own life. However, the woman taken in adultery, on the other hand, was apparently well known as an adulteress and was responsible for, she was the cause of her actions. And so maybe we just need to do a little self-inventory and see if there are things happening in our lives that we are causing. If so, we need to stop what we're doing. Does that make sense? I know that's a simple little thought, but I just wanted to share that with you. That's all for today's morning meditation. Hey, y'all have a great day, and remember, it is what it is.